Hello again, my name is Diane and I design and make patchwork quilts, and this is my latest design. It is a Valentine's heart, and if you'd like to see how I design this, please continue watching. Well, I'm back with my trusty notebook and pencil, and I'm thinking about creating a quilt called the Friday quilt. I have just completed the Wednesday quilt, which was inspired by Wednesday Addams, the Netflix series, and I decided to make a quilt for every day of the week. And Friday's child is loving and giving. So I'm thinking of creating a heart-shaped quilt. I want to make it quite dramatic, so I've decided to have this heart shape as the centre of the heart. I've started to add pen to the parts that I'm definitely going to keep, that I'm happy with. And this little top heart here, I've put these little diamond shapes in. So we've got hearts and diamonds. Now I've added some more diamonds here, this variable star with a heart centre. Starting to shade just to keep things apart, not representative of the fabric. What shall we fit in this space? Let's have a little play and see. I've put a little border around that heart to make that bigger, and then I could squeeze in another diamond there. And I've managed to put a small heart at the point of the main heart shape, and then there's two hearts here within diamonds. Okay, so now I've got these spaces here to fill. I'll show you in a moment. That's it now. That's finished. Never knew it was going to look like that when I started. So this is the Friday quilt. And now it's the following day, and I've been shopping and I've bought some fabric to make this quilt. However, the fabric I've bought is big and bold and brash, and I don't think this sort of scrappy feel will work. So I'm going to make some of these blocks similar so that there's a balance to the quilt, and I'm going to make those amendments now. So Wanda commented and said that she tried this design process and she liked it. So I hope this doesn't put you off, Wanda. I'll show you the changes I'm going to make. Well, I've just sketched in the outline of the main feature blocks. So there are 11 hearts all in all, and I think what I'm going to do is have the central big heart here, have these 5 the same block, and then have the other 5 the same as well, so that there's a balance. Okay, so now I have turned those 5 blocks into variable stars with on-point squares, so they surround the main motif. I've enlarged the heart a little bit and taken off the points there. I think that's a more pleasing shape. So I now have 5 smaller hearts to fill the gaps. So I'll put those in next and we'll see how that looks. And now I've added 3 of these hearts with a border around, and I've managed to squeeze in 4 more hearts here. So I do have a little bit of space up there. I'm going to colour in the background and then decide whether I need to put something here. So I've shaded the background and I've shaded these little hearts here. So now, still back to this. Decided to put half of a square on point square there to carry out to the sides, and then I managed to get another half on the top on each side, and then a quarter there. And now on the top here I've got half of a on point square there and there, so I can fit the diamonds background in, and I'm going to carry that on, shade those in, and I'll show you. So I'm much happier now. I've managed to get these squares on point along the top and some down the sides. I couldn't carry it all the way through because it goes out of sync here. But I think overall that looks attractive now. And I'll show you the fabric. So this is the lovely starting point for this quilt. I had this in my stash. I've got almost 4 fat quarters, 3.5 at least, and I thought that will make a nice background for a quilt. And then I noticed in my stash how lovely this green bounced off that. So I went to the fabric shop to look for some coral, and I got a little bit carried away. I took a swatch of this with me, and I just think these colours work so well together. They didn't have a coal, but they had this beautiful orange. This is almost coaly background. And then I had some red, so that ties up that red. This lovely leaf ties in with this. So if you'd like to see how I make this quilt, this Valentine hearts quilt, not your traditional colours, I grant you, please subscribe, hit the notification button, and when I've completed it, you'll be able to see what it looks like. So thanks very much for sticking with me. Take care, everyone. Bye.